Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Clark Keenan here with your news. And today I want to go over um, a little bit of a dead game, how I like to say. It's still functioning, service is still going, kind of, sort of, but it's on the outs. You know, lost a lot of fan base for what it was for what it had. A lot of this fan base did come from the game Smite, if you're familiar with high risk games, and they seem to have sort of a reputation of not keeping up their games with a lot of dying games. Smite seems to be their longest ongoing game at the time, and they're currently working on a Smite 2, which is taking up a lot of their time with their developers. So we've seen a trend of a lot of their games just kind of falling under like Ram Royale, uh, Smite on Android, to Smite Blitz on Android to say the least. So this is not a reoccurring thing, but I do want to talk about one of their more popular games that seemed to have a lot of traction at first, and then um, they just didn't want to work on it no more, I guess. So we do have Rogue Company. It was a great third-person shooter game. Had a lot of abilities that it covered, um, a lot of characters that had a big difference from each other. Nobody necessarily felt alike, I would like to say. Where I do think they dropped the ball was not enough marketing, like they did Smite. Smite had a lot of marketing to it. This one, they just kind of wanted to go off the train and see where it go. And after they got the success that they wanted to, it just seemed like a money grab from there. A lot of money goes into cosmetics on this game, which is a free to play game. Fair to say. So you gotta take that as is. You never know how much you're gonna pour into these games when it's free to play, how long it's gonna last, and if you're lasting your money. So free to play is a bit of a gamble, and in some sorts. But this game went fairly. It went on for I want to say a good 5 years, before dropping down. The recent 2 years have been extremely slow. They only got two official seasons. The first season they came out with, they dropped, I believe, 8 characters for the season, right then and there. The second season they came out with another four, but it wasn't like at the same time. And then additionally dropped two more characters in the following year. So I think this game, all in all, has a total of maybe 20 something characters, maybe 30 at max. And then this year, well, 2023, in June, I want to say the summertime of July, maybe, they released a new rogue. And after that, they seemingly forgot about the game. I want to say that it took 6 months for another update, and then now this game hasn't updated since 2023. I want to say September 2023. So here we are, all the way into June of 2024, going into July, and no update. So seriously, you can say this game is pretty much dead. It did have a lot of stuff going for it. It just seemed like a completely different type of game, new game, a new look at a shooter game, which everybody is kind of going with the Call of Duty type play style now. And after a while, that can get oversaturated. That market is Call of Duty is kind of too far in to kind of drop its market, kind of like how Madden is for the sports world and 2K is for the sports world. And never, you're always going to have your fan base that picks up the game. People may drop off, but little kids love it. So that's what Call of Duty is. But this game had a lot going for it. It just was completely different. If it was marketed different or they updated constantly, dropped the price on some of the things, High Risk had a gem on their hand. I still say they do. I would love to see them come out with a road company too, or kind of pick up on redoing this game somewhat how Warner Brothers did with Multiverses. Give it another shot because I don't think it's too far out to be um, saved at this point. But this game did have its fair set of issues too. I would say that kind of led into its decline. A lot of people, there were a lot of cheaters on this game. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes it was unbearable. It made this game extremely unenjoyable. And then there's no way to report it or, for them to check on that process. They didn't really care too much about this game to deal with reports. So you'll continuously um, have to deal with that on its own. Especially with the crossplay going on, it just kind of opened up a huge door and made the game even more unenjoyable. And around about 12:30 at night, if you're having to play around that time, I know a lot of people go to sleep, got first shift jobs, whatever that may be. But 12:30 seems to be, the cheating hour. Where the freaks come out at night, so to say. Um, I could also say the gun balance on this was ridiculous as well. Especially Lancer and the Arbiter for the people that play this game. Lancer with the Arbiter, she has an automatic reroll, automatic roll reload, and on a extremely powerful gun, that's 1 to 2 shots, depending on if it was a headshot or a body shot. Um, Extremely ridiculous to get that completely back on just by rolling. So that was a huge issue. They finally nerfed it late, like super late. To be fair, for you to get the Lancer and the Arbiter combination, you had to max out the gun um, and get that on 10 before even being able to use it on Lancer. But once you did that,
What happened next
I
will
mean, it
shock you.
was an issue from there. So, that's one. The gun balances was extremely, some guns just completely better than others. Hydra Conviction, um, and the Ma, which is held by one of the characters and Villanelle. Huge problem. These guns had extremely huge clips and shooting capacity, and the fire rate was extremely high on this gun. And the only thing that took away from that was the reload time of maybe like 3 seconds. But when you got 100 clips inside your gun, you're going to kill people faster. um, they dropped the balance on a lot of characters, so there wasn't any, no speed difference or toughness difference, which took away from a lot of characters. So they completely messed up their balance, and I think it got to the point where they didn't know how to completely balance the game anymore from there. So they just kind of threw it in the trash can and say, whoever's playing it, y'all continue to play the game. So after a while, I've not seen any more updates. I haven't played this game since the beginning since this year because after that's why you stay on free to play games is because of constant uploads. And when you're no longer getting uploads, then it becomes an issue for a free to play game. So I can say fair to say that the game is dead or dying on its way, whatever you want to say. Um, Extremely fun game if you want to go pick it up. I still believe there's people still enough for you to get a good amount of matches. Maybe if you wait there like a minute or two to get into it, then there's still a good amount of people, maybe around a good 700 to 1,200 people playing and max on the game. The numbers, don't quote me on the numbers, maybe a little bit better than that. I don't know. Just what it feels like. But, if you want to dive into this game, take a look. It's a great shooting game. I was on it for years, but just kind of, you know, over it at this time. Again, I would love to see them remake this game. They had a lot of good points about this game, or to repackage it, put some more into it, put some more characters, just constantly updated. This game continued to constantly update it. I would get back on this game and play, and that's saying a lot because I'm not a shooter player at all. You know, I do not. I don't play as many shooting games. So for me to put hours into this game, I would say it was pretty great game for me. So yeah, you know, just speaking on the depth of this game and kind of what went wrong. You know, marketing. If the marketing was better, if they put time into it, you know, had separate developers working on this game alone, um, and then constant updates, drop the money price. I mean, this you got you still have a gem on your hand. Just kind of pick it up. But I don't know what goes on to these studios. I can't speak on it because I'm not a producer or artist or a graphic designer or anything like that. So I don't know what goes into playing these games. But I can say, you know, fairly enjoy the game. Just hate to see it go at this time. And that is Clark Keenan with the news. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the content, like, comment, and subscribe, please.